Welcome to DaTreeHouse Podcast. I'm your host, Smokey, and he is...
Buddah.
And he is...
Rubber Ducky.
We're going to start off this one with, I think it was you who barely finished catching up on My Hero Academia.
So when did you start reading it?
I can't believe you caved. You're one of the few I actually expected not to actually, read it.
Cave? What do you mean cave?
When did you start reading it?
I just started reading it, because randomly, I think it was Sunday. It's just that I was bored. I was just like, all right, I'm gonna go to my...
So this was definitely after you fucking told me why the fuck would I read it.
No, this was it started Sunday because I just loaded up the page where I
which was definitely after the time you told me why the fuck would I read it.
I don't remember saying this, to be honest.
You said this to me when we were on our way home from work. I don't remember who was driving, but on the way home I was telling you how I started reading it, and you asked me, why would I read it when I could just watch the show? And I was like, well, maybe because the manga might have some extra things that the TV show won't have. And you were like, no, typically with these kind of shows, they have everything in the manga translated onto the show, so you're not going to be missing anything.
I do remember this, but I was referring to why would you read... why would you read... Because I wasn't questioning why you read the manga. I was questioning why you would read the manga based on parts that you've already seen in Season 1 and most of Season 2.
I see.
That's why I was questioning, why would you reread parts that you've already watched?
Well, and I said it because, blah, 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 because I might see some things that weren't there before.
And then you gave me an example. I was like, you're right. I do remember...
I was telling you in One Punch Man that I read some parts that I already saw in the show, and there were a few little tidbits, not important, but little tidbits in the manga that were not in the show. So that's why I was reading My Hero Academia.
Okay. But the question originally, why I questioned you, was because you were rereading parts you'd already seen. So I was like, why bother?
I see.
But Sunday I just happened to load up the website that I go to just read it.
You mind holding that thought for just a moment?
Sure.
Smokey, so you were just saying that you were so sure he would be not be the one to cave. What is the context of this? Usually he'd probably stick to one thing, probably watch shows, mostly just shows. Unless it's a really, really good anime, No Game, No Life, he'd probably cave. Otherwise, he'd only do one thing.
Yes.
Either read the manga or watch the show. Not doing both. Majority of the time, probably just watch the shows, fuck the manga. Is that true?
Your statement is completely flawed. I watched One Piece and read One Piece. I watched Fairy Tail and read Fairy Tail. I watched Bleach and read Bleach, and then I stopped watching Bleach because the show got stupid.
you should just left out Bleach. You were winning. It was then I read Bleach.
I saw Naruto.
I watched Bleach. No! You just killed your credibility.
These are big animes that I both watch and read because I want to know what's going on, right? But then there are also animes that I just they're just the seasonal animes, and I'm like, you know what? I really enjoy this anime. I want to read the manga, and then I'll start reading it. As
I said earlier, it's just if it's really, really good, No Game, No Life, he would go out of his fucking way to find out what the fuck's happening.
I mean, I did go out and read the light novel.
That's
which is not a manga, unfortunately. It was an actual book I had to read.
Which is it's not that bad. I mean, for, was it The Shield Hero, I fucking caved and went for the light novel. Yeah, but I actually fucking enjoyed it.
Do you have no context for me caving? Because I do this all the time.
My context is based on 4 or 5-year-old data. I don't care what you do now.
I've always done this though.
So you started reading on Sunday.
It's not that I started reading. It's that I loaded the page and I was like, oh hey, new book, My Hero Academia. It was just on the home page. Sure, I'll just happen to read the latest chapter, and it was the one where
Jesus Christ.
Okay. Yeah, I was just because my entire context for My Hero Academia was the latest episode of the anime
with Yayorozu.
Where they're taking their fight with her and Todoroki versus Eraserhead.
Yes. To be fair, at the end of season 1, I read up until where they captured Stain and Stain saved that one dude. That's it. I was okay, I quit after this. Then apparently I just kept getting more and more fucking manga clips of this dude who can go intangible. So you went back to read it again?
No.
Or did you just continue right from there? No. Did you only just see those clips? I just call it a day? It's why the fuck is YouTube recommending this to me? So I don't read the fucking manga. Why the fuck is it recommending it? So you haven't actually continued it after Stain? No. Okay. I don't really care.
Interesting. That's pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah, it does. I mean...
United States of Smash.
Yeah. I don't know. As of right now, the current meme is Froppy just the camera view, of her chest, her boobs. Then oh my god, yeah, the face. That's right. We have to get the face in there. Totally. Yeah.
It's like, why did you spent like 5 seconds on the bod, the boobs, a solid 2 in the face, then went back to the boobs. Like, why, guys?
I like the page where she's against the brick wall. You remember that one?
No.
She just looks really hot. That's it.
She looks hot regardless.
I'm just saying.
I don't really find her attractive. I find her cute, but not like hot. Like personality-wise, cute. Physical appearance-wise,
she was pinned up against the wall. Like, please don't look at me. It's disgusting. He's like, what were you saying? I was distracted by your boobs. I mean, like.
Personally, I'm all on Camp Momo. Mm-hmm. That's the camp that I.
So what you're saying is, Momo, I'm out of condoms. I got you covered.
Momo was pretty attractive. I agree.
She's pretty attractive and awesome personality. She's like very like
bubbly,
and
yes, like the other kids.
I stand by what I said.
Yes,
I love that episode with her. I love that.
I stand by what I said. Oh shit, I'm out of condoms. I got you covered.
Yes, she can get you anytime.
Sure,
she has you anytime she wants.
Mm-hmm. She needs to understand how to make the rubber and everything. But I mean, I believe in her.
Great personality, despite how rich she is.
Yes, not entitled, not none of that shenanigans. She's not like Don Quixote from fucking One Piece, entitled motherfucker. But
who?
The
guy who imprisons Zoro?
No, the guy who controls like the clouds as strings. The guy Luffy fought on
Don Flamingo.
Yeah, Don Flamingo. He's based on Don Quixote. His name is Don Quixote Don Flamingo.
Who?
Look at me contributing to this conversation because I've totally seen One Piece.
Whatever. The point is he's
oh, that's right. Yeah, his backstory
he's a celestial dragon.
Yeah, fuck
so he's
that
entitled as fuck.
Miss Kobayashi?
Like, no.
Oh.
They're not actual
celestial
dragons.
dragon.
They're not actual dragons.
Okay,
They're a quick overview. Pretty much
some
sort of war was fought.
Before that. Have you seen up to where like the
You haven't seen any One Piece, I don't think.
You haven't seen it?
Mm-mm. Not at all.
Damn it!
I haven't started.
That's why I was just gonna give a quick gist of what
I was kind of hoping that he saw up to where like Luffy punched the shit out of that one dude.
He's one of those fuckers. It doesn't look appealing to me at all.
Nami doesn't look appealing to you. Robin doesn't look appealing to you.
But to see the thing, he would have to start from episode 1 to like get the context of
get your ass started.
Characters.
You have 2 years.
I would think that you could start after the 2-year gap, which is when it like really starts to get really interesting, like the really powerful, cool fights and everything. Because early on, it's just like I'm just gonna throw a punch and then a punch and a kick or whatever. Now it's like, oh, I'm gonna use a Gatling gun and now I'm gonna use all sorts of other shit. I'm gonna manipulate the fucking weather.
When they get separated, it actually does do fillers of backstory, so he might actually can just skip most of it. He may get lost here and there, but it's like they do backstories or like small fillers,
like every now and then flashbacks. Like
they have like little movies that are like here's like a 1.5 hour story of like
Zoro.
What's a Zoro's story arc. So you don't have to see the entire like 500 chapters of the character progression. Here's a story. Here's like a 1.5 hour quote unquote movie of Zoro's like backstory as a child, where he was when he met Luffy, why he joined Luffy, and little fights here and there. Up until where we caught up now. They do that with all the characters.
It would just be nice extra stuff to read to watch in the beginning.
Yeah, to see like all these other little
I'm pretty sure Brooke should not get his own goddamn movie.
Yeah, that would be sad as fuck.
Tragic character or?
Very tragic. Okay.
He's over 100 years old.
He's over 100 years old.
Okay.
He saw all of his friends die before him.
He ate the revival fruit or the human fruit where it's like if he just somehow dies.
No, is it the alive fruit or something?
I don't know, dude. But like basically, his soul will leave his body, but he can always just come back.
Oh, really?
Basically, he's possessing a skeleton right now of his former body, and straight up, the reason that he died was what happened. Oh yeah, we fought some like mer people that had poisonous weapons. Well, we're fucked.
No, he didn't fight mer people. He fought the vampire guy.
I said mer people just because like for poisonous and just to sort of.
No, they definitely were poisoned.
Yeah,
but the only reason he is inhabiting the skeleton because if he had died and gone immediately back to his body would be completely fine, normal.
Okay.
It's just that the thing of his power and is that he can die once and he'll come back. His soul just has to find his body. The reason his body's a skeleton now is because it took him so long to find his body because it was like in this like kind of Bermuda Triangle type thing that his body just deteriorated to the point where it was just bones before he finally found it.
When he finds it, can it look like its former self?
No.
It will stay looking like a rotting corpse.
It looked like.
Well, it's not. It doesn't have any flesh on it whatsoever.
It looks like shit though.
I mean, the clothes were all like tattered and whatnot.
Think of like the Crypt Keeper.
Okay,
but without the skin.
What about like Pirates of the Caribbean 1? Like that?
No.
Those ghost pirates?
No, because they still had little bits of flesh on them.
It's just straight up like the cadaver from science class.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Just think of it like the cadaver, like the bone cadaver that they have. It's just that's walking around.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
but like
with a big afro though.
Right.
But the sad part is, it was just like,
Oh, that character!
yes!
I've seen those D Pity videos, and I think he cosplays as that character?
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
Okay, so the sad part was like, oh shit, we're fucked. Want to play some music? Yeah.
Okay.
They're well known for their fucking music, and they were just like, okay, I spent like 50 grand on this fucking dial. Let's just make this count. He starts recording, and like everybody starts singing, and they slowly start dying off. It's like 4 people. There's just like a fat dude playing the cello. It's a quintet. It's a trio.
It's like
a duo.
It's like everyone singing that traditional pirate song, and it's like, all right, he's recording, and Brooks playing the piano, and then people are singing, and they start like passing out because they're dying from the poison, and then all that's left is him on the piano, the cello, the violin, and
It's
two other people.
Think of it so like the numbers of 50 of people singing as a giant choir, slowly dying.
They just you
That's
just hear
That's depressing.
thud,
just a thud,
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 thud, until it's just the 5, and it's like it looks like we're down to a quintet, and then thud, quartet, thud, trio, thud, duet. And then he's like, I'm all alone. And then like it pans out, and you just hear thud on the piano.
Wow.
That's so sad.
I was like, I don't think he should get into a fucking movie. Nobody would see it.
It's a sad story.
You guys are laughing. So
We can laugh just because it helped us in Big Bear once. It's like, oh shit, catchphrase. What the fuck is this? The skeleton from One Piece, Brooke.
Yeah. But to answer the previous thing, the entitled Celestial Dragon thing,
yeah.
they pretty much, apparently at some point, like 900 years ago,
Okay.
history just forgot all about it for 100 years, but apparently there was a war fought between 2 factions. Who knows? We still don't know. The 20 kings and queens of all the countries that were involved, they pretty much said, hey, apparently they won. We're gonna go all move to this area and essentially, by the looks of it, establish the navy, and we're gonna become essentially gods. And so new kings and queens rose up in these countries.
They're entitled sons
but
of
these
bitches.
people up here, the Celestial Dragons, they've gone like 900 years of just being like, oh, we're the best, we get whatever the fuck we want. That they're just entitled as fuck. They could just walk into place, like see someone is like, all right, you're mine, and you can't do anything about it. Like there's a moment where one ugly ass motherfucker is just walking by, he sees a very attractive girl, is like, all right, I want her, she's gonna be wife number 29.
No.
It's like, you know what? I'm bored of wives 1 through 9. Just send them back to their families.
He was riding a dude into town and he's
He
like,
was riding a slave.
yeah, he was riding a slave. Like, think of like Bellamy, but blonde. He's just like crawling on his fucking.
Doesn't know.
I don't know who Bellamy is. I'm sorry.
Think of a blonde prick.
A blonde, muscular guy.
Yeah, let's go with that. And like these guys, like they're carrying a guy on a stretcher who's just recently been shot by fucking the fake pirate crew or some shit. I know it's a different timeline, but like there's an injured guy on the stretcher. He's like, hold on. He just kicks the dude over, like, fuck this dude. Like, the nurse is hot. You're mine. That's how it went
They
down.
just do what they want. And they can do. And if any one of them ever gets attacked or
My
hurt
bad,
in any way,
Or opposed.
the entire navy will come and kill and or arrest and brutally punish whoever caused it.
Wait,
That's
my
the power
bad.
they have.
After he kicked the stretcher, he shot the dude. Then took the nurse.
That's fucked up.
Yeah, very fucked up. And she also shot the fiance.
Fiance of
Oh,
the nurse.
no,
shit.
please don't take my wife. We're actually engaged. Like, shots him like, bitch,
No, you're
I don't
not.
care.
Yeah.
It's like,
But
nah,
yeah.
I don't care.
These fucking motherfuckers. They're all like that. There was one family that wasn't like that, and that was Don Quixote's father. He was like, I'm not so much above everyone. I'm still a human being. I would like to live with everyone. But in order to do that, he had to.
The mentality is great, but the way he did it was so fucked up.
He was dumb about it. But yeah, he was actually like a compassionate human being for being these so-called celestial dragons, and because of that, because he wanted to live amongst everyone else. And because of the fact that everyone hates the Celestial Dragons, they all took their anger out on him, and that made his son go on a murderous rampage.
No, don't forget. He tried to ask them, listen, I fucked up. Save my family. Just save them. And they're like, fuck you.
Yeah. All the friends that he had known all his life was like, no, fuck you.
I'm just amazed this entire conversation went back to Don Quixote, which was a throwaway line in Describing Your Sunday. Like, it went all the way full circle back to this. I'm amazed.
Sure.
Right now.
Well, to be fair, this is basically what happens every fucking time we go to KBBQ.
Every fucking time,
We
yeah.
start on like global warming. We end up making fun of each other. We end up on anime girls or cosplaying.
And somehow,
Somehow, it always connects it back into
Life
global warming.
finds a way.
yes. So back to your Sunday.
Back to my Sunday. I just happened to load the last chapter.
Did it have bananas, vanilla, some strawberries, sprinkles, maybe
Chocolate?
No.
Fucking lame Sunday.
That is a shitty Sunday.
Continue.
Yeah, but I just happened to load the last chapter, and I was like, all right, I'll just read it, whatever. And they're talking about some girl Aerie. I'm like, okay, whatever.
Okay.
And I just happened to look up like the Wikipedia, like Boku no Heroes, like Aries, like, oh, okay, cool. And then Boku no Hero Luminium was like, oh, okay, cool. And I'm like, all right, somewhat interesting, sure.
Mm-hmm,
so then, and then I just started to go back to the I had watched the episode of no, it was actually Saturday because Saturday I got home and then after I saw the latest chapter, I was like, oh, that's right, I still haven't seen today's episode because I was working. Mm-hmm. So then I watched the episode and it was Momo and them and Todoroki doing a thing. I was like, oh, I wonder, I want to see what happens next.
Because you're curious.
Because I want to know what happens next.
Yes.
And then I started reading and then I was like, okay, interesting. This is probably where the thing is.
So basically it does like the anime thing. It's like, oh man, I don't know what you're into anime. Episode 1. So do you hate it? Next episode, please.
Yeah, pretty much. So
you get drawn in.
Unlike me, you started where you left off
in
the anime. I actually went all the way to the beginning.
I went back like a chapter or two just to make sure there wasn't any like little bits because anime will do the thing where it's like in the manga something happened here, but in the anime where the manga had it, like they'll put it like maybe a little further ahead, or they'll put something else that's a little further ahead in the manga, like over here. They'll kind of like rearrange things, but not by too much. Like you won't see stuff that should be in episode 25 suddenly happen in episode 12. It'll just be like, if it's supposed to be in episode 25 theoretically from the manga, maybe it'll show up in 24. Maybe it'll show up in 26. Or maybe it'll actually be in 25.
On a side note, speaking of going back and forth and reading all this shit, it reminded, I don't know, I saw something on Facebook recently where it's like, oh yeah, for our 1 year anniversary, I gave my wife like this handmade fucking locket that I made out of wood. And so like some fucking fossil we found on our first year thing.
That's cute.
And she's been wearing it ever fucking since. Like a year later from that day, it's like, on this day, we talked about going to this one area, which, I don't know, in Celtic or Nordic, it means forever or some shit, or remember. Mm-hmm. He cracks open the locket, it had an engagement ring inside.
Oh shit, that's crazy.
And she was like, her immediate reaction was, what if I fucking lost it, you idiot? Turned into, oh my god, I'm getting married.
See, I saw something different from the internet.
That's
where
funny.
One guy was.
That was great.
That's funny.
That's good. That's fucking.
That's
what
fucking
if he didn't decide to marry her though?
I know. Holy shit! What if she opened it too early by accident?
I don't know. The dude was a good engineer because from the looks of it,
God.
The ring was legitimately just placed in there, and all the shit was made around it. Like from the looks of the video, he just cracks it open like one swift move.
Like he like kind of welds it so it's supposed to look like, hey, you're not supposed to open it.
He was done well.
But if you actually apply force, it will open and it's supposed to open.
Yeah.
So like if she was trying to apply force to theoretically open it, she would think she'd be breaking it.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't want to do that.
The dude, the way he had that ring in there was fucking phenomenal.
The way you're explaining this, I'm expecting him to fucking hold it up to his mouth and go melon and it opens or some shit.
No, I saw something different where one guy was like madly in love with this girl, his high school sweetheart, and he posted to Twitter about how he wrote like poems in like yellow because yellow is her favorite color, something like that. And then his very next Twitter is a reply to that first Twitter. It's like, love is a fucking joke because apparently they went to college and she just found someone else.
Oh.
Because he had written this whole like love story and poems and whatnot and was going to give it to her as like the college thing. And immediately she just broke up with him.
That sounds like every single like Asian commercial about like life insurance I've ever fucking heard.
Life insurance.
You laugh. It's like, guess what? Oh man, this guy has been swooning after this girl for like 2 years. She tries to kill herself. Get life insurance.
Somehow I don't see the connection there.
When she dies, you benefit. Life insurance. Or like, oh my god, I've been trying to help this girl do this and that. Get some protection. Don't have kids like this.
Oh my god.
Like the message is so fucking strong and so out there. Like this band commercial from Thailand. This flat ass chick just like drinking milk. She gets busty. Got milk?
I mean, when I think of band commercial,
don't you dare go to the blowjob commercial for noodles.
Not a blowjob commercial.
The Skittles commercial.
It's just that one too. Yeah, it's the girl that's like you just see it's from Japan, so it's a Japanese girl. She's just making slurping noises,
giving head,
and like
giving some real sweaty head.
It pretty much looks like she's giving head because you just see like the top of her head just like bobbing back and forth. You hear slurping noises.
She even moves her hair, and
she moves her head, and it definitely looks like she's giving someone head. And then the camera pans out because she like as soon as she's done, she like leans back like she's man, that was so good. And then the camera pans out. It's like, she was eating noodles.
It's a hot bowl of noodles.
Hot bowl of noodles. And it's like, it's so good. Because I think she even says in Japanese, because it's somebody subtitled it at one point. It's like, it was so good. Yeah.
Sugoi.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Like for some reason, the Asian commercials hit me as almost as hard as like Hispanic commercials. It's like they just sell sex sells.
Yeah, it truly does.
Pepsi. I gotta go get me a Pepsi. It's like a 30 solid seconds of just this woman like Baywatch style like, walking slowly. And it's like 28 seconds. Pepsi. It's like, I need a Pepsi so bad right now.
Totally. Fuck Pepsi, alright? I'll say that right now. Fuck Pepsi.
Yeah, I'm like, whatever about it. My sister loves it.
Fuck, I am never drinking another Pepsi in my life because of Pepsi Perfect.
The word you're looking for is knowingly.
I mean, I could taste the difference.
You still have to taste it.
Yeah.
Like I said, knowingly.
Yeah, but you're never gonna go to a restaurant. At least not in our experience. You're never gonna go to a restaurant and like say I want Dr. Pepper. Both. Yeah. If I say hey I want a Dr. Pepper, either they say we don't have that. We have Coke and Pepsi, or whatever. Or if you ask for a Coke,
they would never say we have Coke and Pepsi.
Yeah, they do.
It's one or the other. Usually.
Well, they say either, like, I always ask for Dr. Pepper or a strawberry lemonade. But say you go and you ask for Coke or some other soda and they're like, we don't have it, but we do have Pepsi. Then that means, alright, then I just want to order soda. So you already know going in there. It's not like it's not like you're going to order something and it's suddenly going to be Pepsi. Or it's like the waiter's like, what do you want to drink? Surprise me.
Not unless it's like one of the best quirks in the world where somebody called me stupid for it. It's like, What's the lamest superpower you can possibly have? Changing a bag of potato chips to whatever the flavor what the fuck you want.
No, I think the lamest one is something that was explained in Kirishino's little backstory. It's like, I can turn leaves into other things.
No.
For like 5 minutes.
It was like somebody like, oh man, this is like the lamest superpower. And my head's like, you can make so much fucking money. Just get some shitty bag of Lay's potato chips. Guess what? Tastes like mom's home cooking. The fuck is wrong with you?
Money.
Yeah.
That's what it was. He turned losing some money.
No. He can turn it into whatever he wants. It's that the bullies they want him to turn it into money,
and it'll just turn back. Yeah.
Yeah. He tells them, it'll just turn back. It's like, that's fine. We'll spend it before it turns back.
Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure it's Kirishima. It's like, hey, what the fuck are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, those whole backstories.
Oh.
But
it was just like the shittiest core superpower can you have. Like somebody says, like, no, it's like, dude, you can make so much money. The fuck is wrong with you? Oh, what about this superpower? You can just make shit moist. Best way to rape a chick, you're always wet. That's a
little dark.
Yeah, just a bit.
It's like, dude, I'll go anywhere just to prove a fucking point. It's like, what about this power? It's just like, you're not using your head if you're really trying to give me something that's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
All I can do is just make sparks.
Jubilee? Dazzler.
Yeah.
Not Jubilee, Dazzler.
No, just straight up, you just like hold a girl's hand. Sparks fly, baby. It's like, dude, you're not using your fucking head if you're this shit with quirks.
I think that's the worst quirk.
Right? Huh? Jubilee's fireworks, right?
Yeah,
Jubilee's fireworks.
My bad.
Dazzler is just like little sparks.
Okay.
She's fucking useless. But when I think useless quirks, I think of Naval Laser Guy.
Actually, I don't think his is useless. It's just he's a useless character.
Yeah.
But his quirk isn't useless.
His quirk is useless because the granted, I think now, having read the manga, he can use
they're learning to use their powers better and prolong things.
But even then, it still only comes out of his fucking navel.
I still say
well, with his suit, it can
redirect
to different places.
But the character sucks dick.
Yeah,
the power is awesome.
Yeah, the power is great.
He's like Cyclops, except from his navel. But he's not as powerful or as
like
useful.
I said, the character sucks. If you can't use your powers to the fullest, that means you just suck as a person.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have like All Might's power, but all I ever use it for is to open fucking pickle jars, whose fault is that?
Yeah, the character
clearly
sucks,
All Might,
but definitely not the power.
Yeah, the power is fine. It's just like, can you use it? Nah. All I do is just like pick up 5-pound objects from across the fucking room. Way to go, Deku's mom.
Like Tokuyami has a really cool quirk, the Shadow Bird guy, but
Dark Shadow.
His weakness is freaking. He can't do any close quarters combat, but he'll learn to fix that eventually.
Oh, speaking of bird guy, has nothing to do with his quirk. Why does he have the head of a bird?
I don't know.
It might be a mutation.
I do not know.
Sure, but usually a mutation is attached to your quirk somehow. Right? Like Gang Orca, his quirk is that he can do everything. He looks like a killer whale, and his quirk is that he has the ability to do everything that a killer whale can do.
Yes.
And then there's
that dude.
There's other characters.
The seal.
Sure. There's other characters where their quirks manifest as like animalistic type things or whatever,
have, like, animal
and
heads.
they have the abilities of the animal generally. But Tokoyami has nothing to do with a bird, but he has a bird face.
Dude, it's the world of quirks. If you look carefully at what was it, Deku's like classroom or episode 1 when he was in the classroom, half that shit doesn't make sense. Like
A lot of that shit don't make sense.
oh my god, this hair thing is like Medusa style, but they're alive.
Okay,
It's
okay.
like, okay, do you feed them? Like, I'm pretty sure you can't turn people into fucking stone, but still, he has snake hairs. There's a dude just straight up a rock.
Oh yeah,
Just straight up a rock.
I remember.
Can you smell what he's cooking though?
No, because all he ever does is just lose the fucking paper. These tests are too hard!
Alright.
I did ask myself the same thing though. I don't know why he has a bird head, but he looks fine to me. He looks cool.
I hope it's part of his quirk and it's incorporated somehow.
Like, it's
You
explained.
mean like the Superman thing where it's just like, you're just using a small portion. Fucking grow a pair and use it to your full potential, dumbass.
No, I think of it more like what's a good character?
That one dude who always has a mask, he uses his tentacles to talk.
Yeah, does he actually have a mouth or does he just not have a mouth?
No, they try to explain it. Like, so,
Oh, Shoji.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, like one of the transfer students came in. He was like, so, why do you wear a mask?
And he was about to explain
Well,
it.
there's a good story. Oh my god, who are you? You're cute.
Yeah, one of the big three. She's like going off like going.
This was a
gaga.
manga clip?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a manga and it was animated. But it's still pretty good.
She asked like, "Why are you wearing the mask? Are you sick or like whatever?"
It's a funny story. Something else.
Oh my god, you're so cute. You look like
Because we
a
never
frog.
see him. We never see him talk without having it specifically drawn to be talking from his little appendages.
Tentacles. It's
I mean,
confirmed tentacles.
I think of it more as appendages, considering that he grows them out of his arm, and he explained that he can grow an arm out of an arm.
I agree with you.
So I don't think it's a tentacle.
I
more like an
agree with
appendage.
you, but in the manga they call them tentacles for some reason.
Okay.
Even the quirk name has a tenta in it or something like that. I think so.
I don't know, but him as somebody who's like, you know, on the back during that one fucking the summer games or some shit.
Mineta?
Mineta and Suyu.
Yeah, I was like, that's fucking smart.
Yeah.
Just have one guy on the fucking ground holding him up. I was like, yeah, that's fucking great.
Mineta was
fucking great idea.
Mineta was smart for that one.
I'm pretty
He
sure it
was
was completely
smart.
by accident. It's like,
Yeah.
please just team up with me. I'm too small. I can just hold you. It's like, you're
Wait
a
a
fucking
minute.
genius.
And that whole arc is why Momo got all lost her confidence.
Because Tokoyami is badass. That's why.
yeah.
No, you're forgetting. The chick with pink hair and all she does is just make gadgets and shit.
I figured you
Oh,
would
I
like,
like
you
her.
would like her a lot.
I do
She's
like her.
I
cute.
figured she is really like your type.
Why?
I just felt like you would think she was really quirky and bubbly and
Why?
cute.
That goes over there for.
I agree, but I feel like he would like her, but not as much as Momo.
Yeah, I like Momo better.
That's what I felt, and I felt like you would
I mean,
really
it's
like
very
me.
hard, it's very hard.
Not to
I-
mention Mei Hasume or Hatsune, I don't know how you say her name, is a fucking inventor, and she builds shit and she experiments with shit. That's what you do.
Yeah.
So yeah, I feel like
That's
you
the
would
part
really
that I
love
think
her.
would appeal to you.
Yeah.
The personality, not such a big deal. It's the fact that she experiments and gets all in people's faces and just does her own thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the part that I think appeals to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because like the quirky, bubbly personality definitely falls on my side of the fence. But
he can like
it's
that
what
too.
she
No,
does
no.
and how she is.
The thing that I absolutely like, she's like, she's awesome. Like, she's an inventor, sure. She has a nice bod, sure.
Yes.
Her eyes look like fucking scopes. That's awesome.
She's a total babe, I
Has
agree.
nothing to do with her being able to make all this shit though.
The thing that just like basically won me over was like, all right, here are the qualifying matches. I'm gonna use this guy as a guinea pig.
She's gonna sell shit.
Just straight
Use
up,
him without him knowing.
just straight up use his ass.
She's gonna manipulate him like he does.
It's like,
Yeah.
like, oh my god, this girl's great.
Yeah.
yeah. I'll lose. Yeah, I'm just gonna go here and fix my adventures real quick. Like, dude, you're like the best bae in the world.
Not to mention, she doesn't care about that particular spotlight. She cares about a different spotlight, sure, but not about
Money.
the other one.
She doesn't care
Money.
about the hero spotlight. She's like, I just want to be like the best support I can.
Yeah.
Which is kind of him.
Yeah.
The best support he can be. So.
But yeah.
Dude, it's not as so bad. It's just like everybody hates the support role except for like a few people who are pushed into the support role.
You love
you
it.
master the shit out of it then.
Yeah.
Like
I actually know quite a few people that like the support role.
Jack the Pillow does not count.
I mean, yeah, we don't know him personally, but he does count because he likes the support role.
That one video where straight up, Jack died, so he's a ghost now. Oh, great! I have the best class in the world. I can see the demon that's gonna kill you all. I can save you guys. I got the support role. It's like, why? Why did you do this?
No, I actually have a few friends on my friends list that prefer to play the support role. Mostly in other random games, because I don't think I've ever played Overwatch with most, if any, of them. But the people on my friends list currently, quite a few of them actually play the support role. Okay. Which is odd, because Gears of War has no support role.
What the fuck? Doesn't it have like a combat medic or something?
It did.
Like 4 or something?
It did in Judgment, but nobody liked playing the combat medic.
Let me see.
It's just that she was too weak.
Oh.
Everybody liked her. It's just that her abilities weren't actually useful.
In Gears 4, can you still buy the decoy and just like, I want a living person with a shotgun?
No, you can't upgrade that far, apparently.
Damn.
That sucks.
That was great in fucking Gears 3. It's just like, alright, I'm gonna get a decoy. It's just a cardboard cutout. Okay, I'm gonna get a better decoy. I forgot what the second upgrade was.
It was like a scarecrow type thing. With
that's
bucket head.
That's right. Third one.
It's like the same scarecrow type thing with bucket head, but now it has armor.
Fourth.
The same thing with the armor, but now it has grenades attached to it. So when it goes, it'll blow up.
Eventually, you get to the point where it's just like it's
the one right after is the
it's a living person with a shotgun. It's like, oh my god, we got 4 people. Hold on, I got you. Decoy. Now we got 6. They may go down like pieces of shit, but they can take down a lot of people. It's like, yes.
Unfortunately, not.
They patched that?
As someone who used that decoy a lot, they can't take a fucking hit.
At least not anymore.
You mean
they never could?
Oh. You mean like Alakazam? The attack, if you can pull off the charge move, is phenomenal.
Yeah.
But the fucker can't take a hit.
True. But speaking of which, though, I played Pokemon Go. I was working, and I woke up late, and I had to go pretty much immediately to work. So I didn't have time to do a raid that day, and I still had the previous day's raid pass. So I was just gonna, unfortunately, let that raid pass go to waste.
Yeah.
So on my break, I just because I was at a park, I was like, all right, I'm just going to walk because there's 5 gyms nearby. And whatever raid's going on, I'm going to attempt it. And it just happened to be a 3-star Machamp raid 20 feet away. Okay. So I was like, all right, I've wanted to try the solo Machamp raid. Oh. This is the perfect opportunity to try it. Because either I don't try it and the raid pass goes to waste, or I try it and fail and the raid pass will still go to waste, but at least I'll know how far I'll go. And what I learned from that,
Lugia is a hitter, not a heavy hitter.
Lugia is definitely a hitter. Definitely took a lot of damage and could stay in there quite a while. My 100% Lugia. But that definitely needs to be my anchor. I need a lot more
DPS.
Alakazam. I need at least 2 more like Alakazams. Because the first Alakazam did a ton of damage, but went down quickly.
Yeah.
And then all I was left with was, who else did I have? I had a few Lugias, but I didn't even get to I only got to the Alakazam, and he went down. I tried dodging as much as I could, but he still went down and still did a lot of damage.
It's that fucking dodge lag bullshit. It's like, oh, you dodge, you got half damage.
Yeah, but it was no one around, so there was no lag.
No, it's still gonna be lag.
No, not in that situation. I was able to dodge effectively. It was just worked? That his attack move was just because some attack moves it's like, oh, the raid boss is going to use this, and then you see the animation of them summoning the Zap Cannon, and then it falls on you. You have more than enough time to dodge. Some of them had the animations super quick, and unfortunately for the Machamp that I was fighting, the animation was oh, I'm going to use cross counter. Bah, there it is. So it's unless I was anticipating, all right, it's been a while, I better get ready for it, and then I dodged. It's okay. But if I'm just attacking and it says, oh, I'm going to do my charge move, I don't have time to dodge because it's the moment he says it, he already does it.
For certain raid bosses, it annoys the shit out of me where it's oh my god, Gengar's going to use Shadow Ball. Gengar's going to use Shadow Ball. It's you just used it last time. It's it's that known problem where it's you can use a second charge move if you're fast enough, but it won't count the second one. It just counts as a regular hit. You just wasted 10 seconds or some shit.
Oh, what the fuck?
But now it's for raid bosses, there's lag. It counts oh, he had a full bar. Lag. Oh yeah, he had a full bar. It's it doesn't work for us? What the fuck?
I've experienced that. I have experience where it's I do the charge move, and it does like the animation, like, oh, doing the charge moves, but my charge bar doesn't go away, and they don't take like the big chunk of damage. So I'm like, okay, it's obviously lag, sure. Because I read somewhere that just trust, like someone saying, if you're going to solo a raid, especially a 3-star raid, just trust that your charge move went through and just keep doing your normal moves. But I've actually tested that. It's like, oh no, I went through the animation and I did the whole thing, except I still have my charge move and he didn't take any fucking damage. So there's no lag. It's been like 10, 15, 20 seconds. The move didn't register. So I have to do it again. And it's like, oh yeah, there it is. And it immediately just goes. Instead of having to go through the entire animation, just goes.
You get that when they charge you, you die, your new Pokemon comes in, they get charged at immediately?
Yeah.
Okay.
It annoys the shit out of me. It's like,
yes, it does.
You just used your charge move to kill this guy, and like basically you're fighting me. But you know what? I'm gonna use it again. It's like, how come I can't do that? Come on, motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. I'm more annoyed by the whole, I dodged the move, used the charge move that would kill me, but I dodged it. But it's glitched out, so my Pokemon is technically dead, even though I shouldn't be, but I can't swap out until he's actually quote-unquote dead. So I just have to stand there and take a whole bunch of normal hits until you actually kill my Pokemon, so that my next Pokemon can stop it.
If anybody's listening to this, he's using air quotes.
Yeah.
A lot of air quotes.
Because it's
no. For some reason, it happened to me once, and I found out like you it's still technically alive. It'll still do damage.
I kept trying to do it. I didn't see any animation. I didn't see any like.
For me, I was watching the bar. It was going down slowly, but it was still registered as alive.
Level 5, so maybe that. But yeah, I kept trying to do it, and it's like my Pokemon's just gone. It's technically fainted.
I did have your experience with that one though.
I know it shouldn't have died because I dodged it, and if I had dodged it, I would only take a certain amount of damage, which would mean I'm alive and I would still be able to fight. But Pokemon's just gone, and I can't do anything until he actually takes enough damage to where he would have died. And it was just annoying. And the odd thing is that now as school started, so it's getting a little harder to find groups to go raiding with.
Yeah.
Just go to OCC or Golden West.
I went to OCC today. No one wanted to go to anything.
I found people who wanted to do like the Raikou raid.
There were plenty of Raikou raids, but no one there for me when I went in the morning. Like, what time do you have like optimum raid time? Because like I guess
I was there all day today, dude. Like I found a Raikou during Club Rush. Like if some people wanted to do it, I was like, sure, we can do it with 10 people.
I'm there in like the 7:30 to like 10 a.m. or so. I don't think anyone wants to raid at that time. They're just there for class and then go home. Sad thing.
Those are you normal college students. I am an asshole. It's like fuck
no,
class.
but even then, like today, I was like on the Discord chat that we're on. Normally, I see like on the side it says how many people are online. It's like, oh, here's like the guy who created the Discord. Here's like the gym leaders. Here's all the Valor. And normally it's like, hey, there's like 80 or 90 Valor people. And then you scroll down, it's like, hey, there's like 100 Mystic people. And hey, there's like 20
3 instincts.
I didn't want to be that deplorable toward the Mystic. But yeah, there's usually only like maybe 10 or 15. But yeah, there's usually at least a decent amount. Today, I was like at 1 o'clock. I was like checking, all right, let's see what raid's going on. I have 2 passes today. There was only like 12 Valor people and like 13 Mystic and like 2 Instinct. So I was like, where the fuck is everybody? My immediate assumption, probably at work and or school.
That explains
why. So I was like, I waited till 5 or so when everybody would be off. Still only like 14 and then 12.
That explains why. Like I went on the same Discord recently. It's like this thing's like 2 days old. The fuck am I seeing your stupid ass?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah,
you were commenting like this.
This is like from days ago. Yeah.
I saw a lot of posts throughout the day like, hey, there's this raid at Golden West College or this raid at whatever. Who's down? No reply from anyone.
Yeah,
whatsoever. So it's like either the Discord is dead or people just don't have time because summer is over, or everyone's just fed up with the fact that it's been
1 week
12
since
days.
You looked at me.
12 days already. Almost 2 weeks since Raikou looked at me. And everyone already has Raikou, so they're like, well, shit, whatever. But then most people would still be trying to get Tyranitar. And even nobody's showing up for those ones. Granted, you don't need as big a group, so even if just 1 or 2 other people show up, you'll still be fine.
What do you think of the new egg thing?
I hate it.
Fucking hate it.
Same here.
Fucking hate it.
Okay.
It's like, I don't want to wait an hour to see if
find
this 4-star...
out.
Yeah, to find out if this 4-star is a Tyranitar.
Yeah, I want to know if it's worth it now, and I want to have plenty of time to go to it.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure, like, you were defending it for a little bit. It's like, oh, there's going to be...
No, I like the idea for the legendary raids.
Yeah.
Because someone previously had told us... because the way you and I had been doing it was that, hey, there's this, when the birds were out, hey, this bird is out, this, like, say that's Zapdos. The Zapdos is here. People come help out. And then, like, 5 minutes later, somebody shows up. And then 2 minutes later, someone else shows up. So it's like, we have the 10 or so people, we're all strong, let's take it down. And we're, like, right about to start with, like, 10 seconds to come in, and then someone else shows up. All right, everyone back out, let's let them in. It's like, all right, we're about to go in, someone else shows up. And then until someone, when we were doing a Tyranitar raid, told us the whole concept that they implore, which is, hey, there's this raid. At this time, whoever's here, we're going to go in. If you're not here at this time, we're not going to wait for you. So if you're like, if we say at 1:10, we're going to start the raid, if you show up at 1:12, we already beat it. That's your own fault. So, and because they don't make it like, hey, we're here, we're going to fight it in 5 minutes. They're like, hey, like half an hour from now or like 20 minutes from now, we're going to fight it at this time. They give more than enough time. So if you take too long, it's your own fault. Mm-hmm. So I like the concept with the birds where it's like, or with the Raikou when the eggs came back, where it's like, hey, somebody can say, this gym right here, it's a 5-star. The only 5-star is Raikou. At 4:20, exactly, it is going to hatch. And exactly. It's going to hatch. And it's going to be a Raikou. That is an hour from now. We have more than enough time to get people ready to head there. But as I've experienced, people still don't head there. When the egg hatches, they still wait until it's actually hatched and it's Raikou. But then you have so little time to actually do it, which sucks.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, the idea is great. It's just like, can you give us like a different fucking legendary?
Yeah, if there was more mystery to it, people would be more inclined to go what could it be? You know.
I remember I ran into some asshole who was just like, I want my fucking Suicune Rente now. It's just like, dude, it's here
for fly your ass over to Europe and Japan.
It's like it's here for a month for those who can't make it during the weekdays. Class just started. It's literally the month when class starts and people are at work.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, I just don't want to wait. It's like, then that seems like you being a bitch problem.
Yeah.
It's like, it's literally for those who, I can't make it during the weekdays. I have to do it on only weekends. That's my only available time. It's like, sure. It's like, oh no, I don't understand 2 weeks. Like, give it a month for literally everybody so they have a chance. Then I met like these kids who are like, oh, we can beat it. I'm like, look at them.
That sounds familiar.
They're all level 20. Like, you guys want to go in for a Raikou. What's your strongest? Oh, I have 1,500.
You get destroyed.
Let me get on the Discord. It's like, oh, we're going. It's like, oh, I don't want to fucking waste the raid.
I actually ran into someone who was,
damn it,
maybe unintentionally an asshole. Because we were doing, this was a couple days ago. I think it was last week, in the middle of the week. But there's a Raikou that popped up over by like Main Street-ish in that general area. I went there, and there's already a group of people, and I get there right when they're in the lobby and they're like counting down.
Going in?
It's like, awesome, I made it just in time. And then as we go in, one guy's like phone crashes. And, you know, that's normal. But instead of asking, hey, can you guys quit out so I can like rejoin, he just tells us with authority. It's like, okay, kind of a dick move, but sure, everyone agrees. And then we beat it, sure, whatever. But then we're all talking. It's like, hey, there's another Raikou just down the street. Who's headed? And they're like, pretty much everyone's like, oh yeah, we're all headed over there. We head over there, and at that Raikou is the same guy shows up, and it's maybe like a 14-year-old kid, whatever. Same thing happens. We're like counting down, and then his phone crashes, and again with authority, he doesn't ask people, hey, can you quit out so I can like restart my system? He just orders us to, and it was just like, yeah, I guess. Like, some people do it. Like, most of us were like, kind of like, no. And then some people started to do it. And then eventually everyone started to do it. And then by that point, more and more people started to show up. So we're like, all right, let's just split up into like, Valor and Instinct and Mystic.
Okay.
And we do that. And he's apparently Mystic. And, he was going to join their team because we were waiting for more Valors because we had saw Valors pulling up and we're just, all right, we know they're there. They're going to park the car.
Okay.
We'll wait for them, sure. Apparently his phone crashes again and he tells Mystic people like, hey, he doesn't ask them. He tells them to like quit out and they just don't because they're like, no, fuck you. Which kind of an asshole thing to do. But I mean, that group of people was already at the previous raid, most of them.
So they knew him
from that. And he just kind of like nonchalantly walked over to our group and just joined ours. And at that point, he didn't crash.
Wow. Okay.
It wasn't like he was intentionally being like an asshole, but it was like, hey, you could ask politely, hey, my phone crashed.
I guess there was a sense of urgency or some shit.
Yeah.
So.
And it's not like anyone was being an asshole to him. It's just like, you don't have to order us to drop out and like reset the whole thing.
Just ask, apologize.
If you talk to everybody like a normal, decent human
being, you're sorry for being an inconvenience. If it's not too much trouble for anyone.
Oh shit, dude, my phone crashed. Shit. Can you guys back out from me? Like my phone crashed. It's like everybody understands. Everybody has that fucking problem.
Yeah.
Literally,
it's a normal fucking common
raids on the days after.
Yes, absolutely.
I ran into other groups where it's like, oh hey, we're starting. Oh somebody just showed up. All right, everyone's okay with quitting. Yeah, we're fine with it.
Everybody
Sure.
was cordial.
Yeah.
But then like people like him just wanted to order people around. So it's like,
see, I don't think he was doing it intentionally. I think he was just unintentionally being an asshole.
He was flustered because his phone kept crashing so many times.
Yeah, it seemed like. Which made him unintentionally an asshole. I don't think he's genuinely an asshole. I think in that situation where the app crashed on him right when we were about to enter.
He got upset.
Yeah,
I can understand. It's like your phone kept crashing and you're just like, oh shit. There's really no need to just be mean to other people because of your phone fucking up. It just reminds me of that one cop who was just like, fuck this nurse, fuck this, fuck that. He just got frustrated with the nurse
dude
who was doing her job.
Fuck that guy.
Yeah, even in the body cam, it's like, there's only 3 ways I can take a blood sample if he's under arrest, if you have a warrant, or if he gives consent. You just told me he's not under arrest. You don't have a warrant.
And he's unconscious.
So he can't give consent. These are literally the only 3 ways I'm legally allowed to do this.
At the same,
I can't do it.
She also has her supervisor on the phone.
It's like, she's telling him like, hey, these are the only ways I'm allowed to do this, and this officer wants me to do it, and I can't. I would be breaking the rules if I took his blood because there's no way any of these things can happen.
The kid reminds me of him, where he's just like, fuck you guys, I'm just frustrated with this thing. I gotta do something. Boost my ego.
Yeah, so he tries to arrest her.
It's like, dude, what the fuck?
There's actually another cop there that once they had her in the car, because they had quote unquote arrested her for 20 minutes, one of the cops that was like talking to the cop with the body camera that arrested her is like, we could have gotten this a whole nother route. You didn't have to escalate it. Like, one cop is actually level-headed there. It's like, there's no reason it should have gone this far. Now there's going to be a whole bunch of shit that's going to happen because you realize you have a body camera, right? And there's no way. We had no right to do that. And you had no right to do any of that. And now we're all going to get in trouble because of it.
This is like,
and the guy's like, don't be such an asshole, dude. You don't know how things work. And just like, all right.
The sad part is, she admitted, it's like, I hate the police. I hate the hospital security. It's like, as a fucking security guard, I got no say whatever the cops do. I can just direct them. Hey, there's parking over there. You can go arrest the dude on that side. You can park your car there. That's it. I can't really detain them or anything.
No, the hospital staff, the entire hospital staff was behind her. It's like, you can't do that. Security was with her.
Yeah, no, it was like she came out and said, I don't like this. I don't like the police. I don't like the hotel. The hospital security for like allowing this. It's like, what does security have to do anything? We can't do shit. I've actually had to work hotel security and hospital security. Is like, we can't really do anything. We can escort them off the property. We can't touch them. That's where the police come in. But like,
unfortunately, the police are the ones that are aggravating. So.
Yeah, that's the problem. This is like, well,
and that's the whole body camera thing is hard proof.
As Deadpool said, just wipe people that shit up. Yep,
sprinkle some crack on them.
Just wipe people that shit out. You just make it normal.
But that reminds me of, in regards to people being assholes. Yes, Dojera?
I'm trying to remember where white people that shit came from. It wasn't Deadpool.
I didn't Deadshot.
You said Deadpool.
Yeah, my bad. Deadshot.
Yeah, Deadshot in Suicide Squad.
That makes sense. Okay,
it's like, I want my daughter to go to the best school. You guys can wipe that people up, right?
Go. I was like, wait a minute.
But in regards to people being assholes, the asshole that runs the quote unquote religious church for the people.
Which one?
The one who denied people entry into
his mega church, because of the hurricane.
Yeah, I forgot his name.
I never saw this story, dude. You gotta enlighten me on this.
So basically,
he's an asshole.
He's this guy. He's a televangelist. He's like, I
feel like he's pulling a quagmire. Please, women of legal age, enter my home for safety. he pulls off the passer mask. Is like giggity.
Like
during hurricanes,
similar in the sense where it's like, hey, people of religious faith, come, let me exploit you for millions of dollars.
Except for the gays.
I don't know his whole religion, but he's an asshole.
Yeah, like I said,
so he has this like $1 billion or $1 million like church that can house, I think, like 50 or 60,000 refugees from the hurricane because they've lost their homes. They have nowhere to go, really.
Yep.
And someone was saying, hey, why don't you open it up? And his statement was, there's damage on the grounds. It's unsafe, so we can't open it up. Cool. Believable. Until people go to the property, like, there's video evidence. Hey, there's no damage. The only flooding I see is the underground parking structure because it's underground. Everything at floor level, perfectly fine. Not even an inch of rain. It's barely like a centimeter of rain.
I would honestly like you just to lie to my face and say like the only flooding we see is from the rain gutters going into the street.
Pretty much.
Pretty much. There's like the
underground parking.
It looks like
shit. No. Like the only flooding we can physically see. We've been around the grounds. We have footage. The only flood we see is the river down the street and the one from the gutter. Underground parking.
But then he retaliated like, oh, it's not really fair. You guys don't really know the extent of the damage and whatnot.
He doesn't really know the extent of the damage.
Yeah,
he's not an engineer.
Yeah, he doesn't know either. But his other excuse was like, oh yeah. The city of, I forget what city that place resides in. But it's like, oh, the city of whatever didn't ask us to become a shelter. And then the internet points out, it's like, hey, this Muslim mosque, the city didn't ask them to become a shelter. They just did it. This other like Jewish temple, I don't know what the temple of worship would be, but the worship temple, they weren't asked to become a shelter. They just did it. Hey, this Christian church, they weren't asked to become a shelter. They just did it. And the only reasonable excuse had that been his leading point was, we could absolutely be a shelter. We don't have the staff for it. And we're not prepared to like bring in the staff, the volunteers and everything to do it. So we can absolutely house them. We don't have the staff to actually handle that many refugees.
You could literally just, hey, we're going to try and be a shelter. This is the first time. We need volunteers.
Yeah. But the only thing that would be reasonable if he had said that from the beginning, like, hey, we don't know if the how bad the rain is going to be in because his thing wasn't in the middle of the hurricane. It was like the hurricane's going this way and then suddenly goes this way when they weren't expecting it to. So he wasn't planning on doing it because there was little to no danger in his general area until the hurricane took like a massive left turn or right turn, wherever the fuck it went, to like cause so much damage in that general area. So he was unprepared to do it, and I could believe the excuse where it's like, yeah, we didn't think we would have to because we were thinking the hurricane wouldn't cause that much damage in our immediate area, and now that it has, we unfortunately don't have the staff power to turn this whole thing into like a refugee area.
But instead, he just turned it down from the beginning.
He just turned it down from the beginning. Here's my reasoning. Your reasoning's flawed. Here's my other reasoning. That reasoning's flawed. Here's my third reasoning. That reasoning's flawed. Like, you know what? You couldn't have really asked us because we don't have the staff power. It's like, no.
From the beginning.
You're a fucking asshole.
Your credibility is just shot from the very beginning.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You're a fucking asshole for that whole thing.
Did he ever open it to people?
Nope.
Okay, I was about to ask, like, did he let him in, but then, like, hand out a collection plate or some shit like that? Because that would have been a big move.
I'm pretty sure just because of that move right there, where it's just like your credibility's been shot not once but twice, but maybe 4 times at this point. Mm-hmm. It's like, your church is gonna die.
Unfortunately, not.
Best to probably hang yourself.
People are stupid. People of extreme religious faith are very gullible. Unfortunately, that's how he has like a $200 million house for church for religious purposes, which means it is not taxable.
That's right.
He has a massive house with his own helicopter and helipad. And all these fucking buildings and properties. He's rich as fuck. And he doesn't really pay taxes on a lot of this stuff because it's for religious purposes.
He'll just say that God provided.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which sucks. He should absolutely be charged.
It's hard to go after...
Or taxed. Charged with a crime as well.
Either way
works. I don't know. One of like the best things I've ever seen for like people who believe they're untouchable and shit, and it's like, oh yeah, I'm great, like the ceremonial dragons or some shit. It's like there's a dude holding up for the sign for the Dharma or Darka or something, I pay my taxes. Does Trump? And he was an illegal immigrant. I was like, dude, I gotta give him props for that.
I saw something else, which is also just as dirty, which is like, all right. So Mexico sends its best people. America's gonna pay for their housing, pay for their education, pay for their work experience, and now Trump is kicking all these very valuable, very knowledgeable people back to Mexico. All right, Mexico has just gained thousands of very knowledgeable, very valuable people. They didn't pay a cent to educate them.
The word you're looking for is, I don't know how this is properly, but engineers. They know how to build houses from fucking dirt.
Yep.
They know how to build from sticks and stones.
These are engineers. These are doctors. These are fellow teachers. These are firemen. These are all very valuably employed people with vast amounts of knowledge that Trump
just lost,
is kicking out to Mexico. It's like, I get your racist notion there, Trump, but understand that all you're doing is helping Mexico in your racism. Which, cool to help Mexico, kind of shitty that these people still have to suffer. Because America's the only home they ever know. They don't know Mexico as their home, which, I mean, true.
But knowing the Hispanic culture, they'll be accepted pretty easily.
Yeah.
After, like, you tough? Yeah. Good. All right, let's go.
They might call
you have a very skewed perception
yes,
of Mexican culture.
They might call him a little whitewashed, but I don't know.
Yeah.
What can you do? I can build a house faster than you. All right, let's see. Damn, he can. Mm-hmm. Something.
That was something I saw where it's like, yeah, Mexico just gained a massive employable workforce that they didn't pay a single cent to raise.
One of like the stupidest fucking things I've ever fucking heard was, you know what? If Mexico isn't gonna pay for this shit, I'm gonna shut down the government. What? Everybody, even fucking Congress is like, the fuck did you just say? Trump legitimately says like, yeah, or something to that degree. If Mexico isn't gonna pay, or like we're not gonna have the funding for this goddamn wall, I will shut down the government to make sure we have funding for this goddamn wall.
He's a fucking idiot.
He's a businessman. It's as one comedian said for Steve Hofstetter. You're gonna go see a comedian who has a record of being a comedian. You're probably gonna laugh, right?
Mm-hmm.
But would you pay the same amount of money to go see a guy who's in accounting and fail at being a comedian? So why the fuck is Trump president? He has no experience in fucking politics. He's literally
a businessman.
He's literally just a businessman.
Rednecks and everything.
So a white dude, but he's literally just a white dude who has maybe 10% of the whole business idea, because 90% of the ideas are dead and are lies. It's like, you want him to be in charge. Why? Oh, he's white. You sound like the people who wanted to vote for Hillary. Why'd you want to vote for Hillary? She's a woman.
Yes.
What about her shit policies? She has no shit policies. Like, she wants women to be drafted. Oh, that shit. That should never be allowed. It's like,
I'm fine with that.
No. I'm just giving you examples. It's like, here's a shit policy. That's not true. That's not gonna happen. Like, how do you know it's not gonna happen? I just told you she was a female and this is her policy. You can't fact check me because you don't know for sure. And it's like, I voted for her because she's a woman.
No, that just reminded me.
We need change.
That just reminded me of a fucking hurricane thing.
Or McGurk?
No.
We're gonna.
You know how
President Bush. What are you gonna do about Hurricane Katrina? We're gonna find her.
No, not that. President Trump is an asshole, and I fully. I support women being drafted.
No, as of right now,
as long as they could do the same thing a man can.
Congress, the House of Representatives, and I'm pretty sure something else, has more than enough reason to impeach his ass. Nobody's doing shit because they're making profit.
Yeah.
I'm still holding out for that silver lining where it's like, because Trump is such a shit Republican, the Republicans are losing power, and they are.
They 100% are.
They 100% are.
It's like,
and hopefully no one will fucking vote for them next time.
From what I understand, like, they were at 90% holding power. The United States is dropping to like 60.
Yeah, it is dropping. There are, as I've mentioned before, there are states that for the last like 20, 30 years have never been anything but a red state are suddenly blue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But the thing that reminded me of, because you know how when news reporters are like, oh, this shit's going on. Let's ask like some random person on the street, right?
Yeah.
They were talking about they're in Florida.
Here we go. Okay.
Did you see it?
I think I know what you're going with, but go ahead.
They're like, hey, this hurricane, whatever the fuck, I forget which one they're talking about is going to hit Florida. Let's go ask some people on the street. And they go up to the guy's like, oh, are you scared of the hurricane, whatever? And the guy's like, well, actually, no, because it's actually drifted about 20 degrees to the north. So the eye of the storm is not going to be hitting us here directly. We're definitely going to be like, he is 100% knowledgeable on everything about the hurricane. He's like, yeah, this is more than likely to happen. It seems like the trajectory is heading more this way as of like 2 hours ago.
Plus,
so this and that.
Plus, like the heat from the central will actually might empower to veer it off course.
Yeah, and this and that. Like, he's going into all this detail.
Will do this.
He's a goddamn meteorologist.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, even the newscaster's like, is he right? We don't know.
yo, where's our weatherman? Can we correct him? Can we get like a fact check on this dude?
No, but there was a different weatherman that I learned so much about hurricanes from.
Just straight up like Rick and Morty. He's like, oh, fuck you, Morty. He's like, can we fact check this guy? Oh, who the fuck we're kidding? It's a Rick. But one of like the best pranks, or like one of the best like weather thing was just like on April Fools. There's this like weatherman doing his thing, and he sees off camera one of the newscasters in like the green man suit. Mm-hmm. Just goes and go fucks with them. People, you can't see this, but from the side view, I'm pretty sure you can see like somebody legitimately just screwing with me right now. And she's like grabbing him, like unbuttoning his shirt, doing this to his face. It's like,
that's pretty hilarious.
yeah, she's just screwing with me, like, and then it pans away. It's like her just standing there, like, on to other news. I was like, what?
Oh, it's still in the green suit, like on to other news.
Yeah, it's just like,
that's
they came back from commercials like, it took a lot of guts to do that. What do you mean? It's like, I'm just in my normal makeup.
Wait, that covered her face as well and everything?
Like nowadays, the green man suit is the entire bodysuit.
Nowadays, that would not be seen as unprofessional. It'd be quirky, and people will make memes of that shit, and I'll be more famous. Yeah. So it works out.
Like the girl with the Mexican weather girl with a fat ass.
Now that's
a nice ass.
Okay, that's not even meme. That's just like she's really attractive. That's it.
It's not that she's really attractive. That she's got a fat ass.
No. Don't forget. I think it was like Channel News. Some Asian lady. She has like a nice voluptuous bod. They kept giving her a coat to cover up. Mm-hmm. At the same time, there was another time where I was just
What is her name?
I have no idea.
Okay,
Jamie Chung.
Yeah.
If only. Go ahead.
But there was another one where it was just like this Mexican chick. She was like doing this. She was like bending over. It's just like the camera guy just like slowly leans around.
All right, calm down there, Minetta.
It's just like, dude. Even the camera guy just like she's like bending over. She's like bending over to like to point something. You can see him like slowly leaning the camera over.
He knows what the audience wants.
Or like the other, like the Russian or like the European one, where it's just like chicks just slowly stripping it while they're giving a newscast.
Naked news.
It's like, I don't know what the hell she's saying, but I'm interested in the news all of a sudden.
Yes.
It's European, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just like, I can't believe that's a thing, but I want to watch the news.
I'm suddenly very interested in the news. Yes, what's going on in the weather? Oh, yes, raining cats and dogs, you say? Mm-hmm. To shreds, you say?
Take it for America, you say? Uh-huh.
Yes. We're gonna conquer the world, you say? Yes.
To shreds, you say? I love that one.
Like,
and the wife?
As of right now, I'm pretty sure the world sees us as the United States as we see the South. We're the cousins of... No, wait, let me finish.
Okay.
We're the cousins of... Like, we broke off from our family, the UK, and we just really fucked up. And it's just like, we were doing great. Then we got into real, like, crack white people stuff. And now you went to shit.
Stuff.
Huh?
Very white people stuff.
Yeah. The hard white people stuff. Damn
hard
crackers.
white problem we're suffering from right now.
Moonshine! But yeah, wait, I interrupted him. Go.
Apparently America, the rest of the world doesn't see us that way. They see Trump that way, and they see the government that way. They don't see America that way.
I don't believe
like
you for a heartbeat.
Are you saying they feel sorry for us?
No. I don't believe you for a heartbeat, because there is a fucking newscast of like, North Korea has successfully done their hydrogen bomb. How do you feel? I feel it's great for North Korea actually completed their goal.
Good for them.
Good for them. Yeah. Goes to the next guy's like,
this is in America or this is in other countries? I'm talking about how other countries view us.
In the United States, it's online of like, North Korea has successfully launched its first missile in 50 years. How do you feel? Congratulations, North Korea.
You sure it wasn't sarcastic?
No, I'm pretty sure. It's like
that was me killing a bug.
Yes.
No, that was him smacking me. But it's like
let's go with that.
It's like, what people? They're here to kill us. You're
That's an entirely different route that I was saying, where the rest of the world, you would think, has a perspective of America and Trump being synonymous with each other.
You mean like how Homer Simpson had the shirt of like Uncle Sam eating the earth, just try and stop us?
I don't get the reference, but sure.
Well, for one thing, it's a Simpsons reference,
which I haven't seen in years.
I know. Continue.
But you would think that, like, for example, Europe and like the Middle East especially, and like all these other nations, they'd look to America and be like, "Oh, these racist assholes" or whatever. But no, it's because of Trump, and there's so much backlash from America being like, "No, Trump, you're our president. We don't want to follow the rules." Like cities going like, "Yeah, Trump just made it so that the DACA is redacted. We're not following that. We're not going to enforce that." Or Trump made this rule where like we're doing this thing, and cities are like, "Yeah, we're not going to enforce that." A lot of the countries are viewing like, "Oh, we always viewed America as this type of nation." Apparently it's not. It's just the government that's like that. So they're viewing they're viewing the United States of America in better light as a country, as a nation.
They thought like,
but they still hate our government.
They thought like we were one uniform hive mind.
Hive mind of racism and bigotry and all sorts of like,
because they broke off from the UK and all that.
Yeah. They pretty much thought of all of America as just racist assholes who like big guns and eat big food and hot dogs and all that shit.
The word you're looking for is fat, loud, and obnoxious.
Who think they're better than everyone else.
Who think they're better than everyone else. But now that so much of America is just saying to Donald Trump, like, "No, we're not going to follow your rules. No, fuck you. You're an asshole." So many more nations are like, "Oh yeah, there's a big difference between the people running the country and the thousands upon millions of people living in these countries."
I guess it's just like it's being more known outside of the U.S. Because even inside the U.S. during this whole thing when they thought we were like the hive mind, it's like the fuck no, fuck this, fuck that. We're not doing that shit. We're not doing this. In our own place, we kind of knew this was going on. But apparently, with Trump in charge, it was like brought to light. Like
it was very much brought to light.
Oh shit, we were completely wrong.
Because like the biggest thing is somebody was doing a report. I think in not Iraq, but it was like one of the Middle Eastern countries.
Yeah,
we were doing the thing where they go up to like normal people out on the streets, like, "Oh, what are your thoughts on this?" A lot of the people were responding like, "Yeah, we all thought like a lot of people were saying, yeah, I thought America hated us for no reason, so we didn't like them." But as soon as Trump announced his Muslim ban, tons and tons of Americans stood up to protest, be like, "No, fuck you, Trump." So we're viewing them in a different light. We had no idea that this side even existed, but now we do, and we're viewing America in a different light. So that's why I think a lot more countries are viewing us that way.
At least tons of northern and western states in the United States, at least.
Yeah, the southern states are still a little bit iffy.
Yeah.
We need to handle that shit. We need to make it illegal to fly that fucking Confederate flag. That bitch is lost.
No. The word you're looking for is, how the fuck can you be a proud Nazi American? We literally had a world fucking war for that never exist.
It makes no sense.
It's like, we fought them. They were very clearly the bad guys, universally.
How can you love America if you love them?
The only country that I think is still wrong, but believable that they would think this, would be Japan. Because they sided with Germany, but they don't actually teach in Japanese classes because Japan doesn't like to admit that it was wrong. They don't teach that in Japanese history that, oh yeah, Germany, Nazi was the bad guy and we were their ally. Therefore, we were also the bad guys. Kind of just gloss over that. So a lot of Japanese people don't know that Germany and specifically Nazism were the bad guys globally. So I can understand that if you ask a Japanese person, they're gonna be kind of indifferent towards Nazism. But Mexico, United States, Canada, Europe, Africa, Australia, everyone universally was like, Antarctica. Nazis bad. We kill Nazis.
Remember,
here's depictions on our cartoons of us killing Nazis.
The flat earthers, we taught those penguins to kill Nazis.
Yeah.
But it's like, explain this to me. I don't need to explain shit. I'm better. There was a fucking black reporter.
I saw that.
She was just like, "Can you explain to me your idealism?" I was like, "I'm better than you."
First black person who was able to actually watch and not get harmed by one of their rituals, right?
Yeah. And she was just like,
I heard about this. I just glossed over.
How are you better than me? I just am.
I just know it.
It's like in my head, it's like, so if I beat you and start raping your wife in front of you, am I better because I literally overpowered you and I'm taking your woman?
So you're planning to kick us out? No, we're gonna burn you out. That's what he said.
That's why I was like, one of the... And you think you're more educated. I know I'm educated. It's like, you can't really do that
the entire time.
Compare. He was just like saying, no, I'm still better than you.
Just very self-reaffirming, and that was the entire conversation. So.
It's like, can you explain in different words? Why do I need to explain myself to you? You damn N-word.
And then he grew up to become Sean Connery.
Yeah.
Fucking PewDiePie, apparently. Just talking about that N-word.
Oh, gosh.
I don't.
I haven't seen it, but apparently he's playing a game, and he just drops the N-word like
I could say
like
I
it's
could
common
tell you,
vernacular for
I
him.
can tell you now. He
no.
was playing PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds, and he just literally got swarmed.
He got angry. I think it just came out of his mouth like just, bleh.
But here's the question.
Yeah.
If you got angry at someone, does that word ever come out
from my mouth?
From your mouth? Unless it's just common vernacular that you just say?
It's not common vernacular.
It's not.
It's not something you normally say. So it's not something that would immediately pop into your mind when you're frustrated. It's like, that guy's an asshole.
Mm-hmm.
That's
the
common
thing.
vernacular.
That's what people are like talking about.
That's what they are arguing. Yes.
Yes, that if that just like blurts out
what's your
unintentionally.
what's your go-to anger word, asshole?
Yeah, if his immediate was the N-word, how often does he say it in his normal, just everyday talk? But that's like at a forefront.
Okay, but how often does he say it in a way where he has the intent of it being
the
evil
word you're looking
and
for
focused
is
at
no, that doesn't matter.
He was describing someone who was being an asshole.
No, that doesn't matter. That
and
doesn't
displaced asshole with N-word.
Was it the fact that he said it doesn't really matter. The fact that that's his go-to, like immediately.
Yeah, for someone who's
also off
annoying him and irritating them.
Off video
because he was hot and bothered.
On video, I'm pretty sure he doesn't say it because he's on camera. He has to look nice, but off camera, he can just be the most whitest supremacist I've ever fucking heard.
Which I don't think he is. Truthfully, I don't think he is.
I don't know.
I think he probably says this word in just common vernacular, just
but
like
he doesn't
whatever,
mean it in
a derogatory
way,
term.
like people who say faggot and don't necessarily mean a gay person
or a bundle of sticks.
Yes, maybe they just mean or a cigarette. They could just mean like. When they say that,
an asshole,
like someone who's being an asshole. It's a common vernacular, just like how he may use that, but ironically, and he doesn't mean it in a bad way towards actual black people.
No,
yeah,
I mean
that's what I'm saying.
I'm saying this is like it's fine. It's probably not a good go-to word, but why the fuck is it even there? I've never needed to say that fucking word unless like I'm just super fucking peeved.
Plus the fact that
or I'm just calling you guys assholes.
Plus the
fact
that
you're kind of above normal people because I know you guys.
I guess we're better than them.
Yeah, that's a point. But I think the fact that people are calling it "quote unquote" the N word instead of just saying the full word makes it sound a lot worse than it actually is. I'm not saying it's not a bad word to a lot of people. I'm sure people are plenty offended at it.
I'm still waiting for fucking YouTube. Listen, I want to unsubscribe to anything PewDiePie or anything PewDiePie related. I don't give a shit what he does.
Yeah.
I just don't want to see his shit. Mm-hmm. All I ever see is like in ads. PewDiePie video. I don't care.
Clearly you're watching PewDiePie videos because I watch YouTube all the time. Don't get a single mention of PewDiePie.
It's like recommended to you. It's like it's for Let's Plays. I don't fucking care. Nope. I get stuff for achievement huggers. I don't mind.
Probably based on a lot of Let's Plays you watch.
Yeah, you're obviously watching PewDiePie if you're getting recommended PewDiePie.
Like, listen, I had to go. There's a way you can block his stupid ass. I had to go through all that bullshit just like to finally block him. Here's a parody of the PewDiePie highlights. Like, what the fuck?
A PewDiePie animated adventure.
It's like
again. I think you're watching PewDiePie material or PewDiePie associated material. Because when I watch like 3 anime videos, suddenly my recommender is like, hey, here's more anime videos. If I suddenly watch like a Overwatch video, hey, here's more Overwatch video. If I suddenly watch fucking Justice League or whatever, like just one clip, hey, here's some more Justice League clips. If you're getting PewDiePie on the regular, you or somebody on your account is watching PewDiePie.
That is assuming that the YouTube the algorithm works.
It does.
Assuming it does.
No, it does.
No.
It does. I guarantee you. I can go right now. I will go find
that. Like I said, assuming
I will go watch 2 Hatsune Miku videos, and then I'll reload the homepage, and it's like, hey, here's like 4 more Hatsune Miku videos,
or at least other anime,
or at least other related like Vocaloid videos.
Just shit that happens to me because like I'm on Amazon. Like usually it's like shit for gaming, game capture, or just like headsets. I get like a cosplay for being Puppy Cat.
Cute.
Awesome.
I don't know how the fuck that relates to any of the fucking video games. Then it's like, I don't know what the fuck this is. I didn't even click on it. I leave it. I keep scrolling.
Have you seen cosplay videos?
No. Not on Amazon. There's like, recommended for you. The kitty cat apron from being put. Like, who the fuck is on my account?
Somebody is. Because I know,
like I said,
like if I go to Gym Hunter...
I get random fucking things that's basically way off base. Like,
not way off base. Either you looked for it at some point,
not cosplay shit,
or someone looked it on your account. Because a while ago, like
I can understand
3 weeks ago, we were gonna work an event called Nocturnal Wonderland. I just Googled it once. What is it and where is it? I typed it into Google. First page. This is what it is. Like on the homepage. This is what it is. Here's where it is. And then I go to the Apple Maps things. Like, okay, where is it? It's like an hour 40 minute drive. Not doing it. That's the only time I ever did I searched for that. But now every time I go to Gym Hunter, there's banners on the bottom and on the side like, hey, Nocturnal Wonderland, you want to go? Here's the information. I literally looked it up once.
I can understand.
Weeks ago.
I can understand like it's like Assassin's Creed cosplay or like cosplay like gadgetry. Not being Puppy Cat.
You looked it up at some point.
Some point probably. It's just like, how come it's recommending me from Amazon?
Again, you looked it up at some point.
But then there's like YouTube was like, oh, here's a PewDiePie video. It's like, I've never looked at the fucking videos.
Bullshit. I call bullshit.
I don't know. It's just like same thing with like YouTube's like, oh, our algorithm's working. It's working. Yeah, how come like the World War II stuff is next to like the racist advertisements? Oh, okay, it might be a little fucked up.
It's literally that racist shit. I'm kidding.
It's like they claim their algorithm was working. They're working fine. It was like, like I said, the Holocaust survivors is next to like these KKK protests for advertisements. Can you explain this, YouTube? We're working on that.
More importantly, can you explain yourself, Smokey, for watching those things?
Yeah,
because I am an asshole.
Okay, fair enough.
And again, nothing's going to be recommended to you unless you're watching the channel or things related to it.
Probably Let's Plays, but or like Firewatch, because I actually like that series.
More than likely, but you're watching something adjacent to PewDiePie in order to get so much recommendation from it.
Go to his fucking thing. Go to his YouTube. Block this fucker. Why? I just like in the comments. Why do you want to block this person? I hate seeing his goddamn things everywhere.
Are you going to the trending or your homepage?
I had to go to PewDiePie's fucking account. Block.
You're definitely suffering from somebody on your account.
Even like PewDiePie parodies. I don't fucking care.
You know your dad.
I don't give a shit.
Your dad will probably deny it like the porn.
He also denies like doing a lot of shit at the house. Like I can prove it's you, Dad.
Like porn.
Yeah.
Or the porn.
Just a lot of bullshit, man.
Let's not forget the porn.
Ugh. Alright, on that note, on the porn note, I want to say, I really do wish, like, Hero Academia shows more of the invisible chick's body. Like, you know, super wet and stuff, in a swimsuit, maybe.
We probably should have discussed the thing I told you when you guys first arrived. The theory that I came across.
Yeah, in fact, I was just going to end this podcast with, and anyway, that's the story of how Rubber Ducky, started reading it. I was just going to say that, just to leave it open-ended, but I'm glad we got back to it finally. So.
Yeah, I kept trying to go back to it at certain points, but I started reading the whole book in Hero Academia, and at one point they're talking about a traitor, and I was like, I'm still like 80 or 90 chapters away from the current catch-up. I will just Google, because every time I like find characters or whatever, it's like, I'll just Google whatever the character history. So I'm impatient like that. I look up who's the traitor, and then I find a video where someone's explaining that it could potentially be the invisible chick.
Toru Hagakure, I think?
I don't know.
I don't know how to say it.
Because there's a lot of things that don't add up to a lot of things that she does. For one, so far, every single character in Class 1A, all of them,
19 of them.
19 of them have had moments where they show their abilities, their like a moment of like personal triumph to showcase them essentially, like a chapter or something where they are the face of they are the main point of that story. Mm-hmm. Every single character, except for Invisible Girl.
Yeah,
everybody's quirk has been thoroughly explained, except for Invisible Girl.
She doesn't even get her mid-chapter thing where they sketch her out, even though there's nothing to sketch besides maybe gloves and feet. and
I like the school
have
uniform if she's wearing that.
and have like a bio of her powers. They don't have that for her.
Which it could just be, the author's making a play on the fact that she's invisible. She's like, you don't notice her,
You never see her.
but when the Villains Alliance first knocked down the door and let the reporters in so that they could create a distraction to gather information, where would they know to get specific information for the class schedule that quickly? Because immediately as soon as that door fell, the all the teachers and everybody were on high alert. It was like, what the fuck's going on? How would they have been able to get the information they were after unless they already knew where it was? And at the same moment when that happened, the students were voting for their class president or whatever the fuck. There were only 19 votes because Invisible Chick is not there. And we know she's not there because she literally was not there. What are you showing? Oh, yeah.
She's just throwing out rolls of condoms.
She's just like, she just opens up her like shirt, just exposing herself. Just
No. What the word
Momo.
you're looking for is the half eyes, half fire dude just made invisible.
Todoroki.
Made a wall of ice so the teacher can't get to him. It's like, all right, we're stuck here. Well, might as well just get cracking. She just has a bunch of rolls of condoms coming out.
That would be amazing.
That would be awesome. I would love if Momo did that. But back to the Invisible Chick. So, because you could literally count all the votes, and there are people that got more than one vote because a lot of people voted for themselves. And in later chapters, it's revealed, so and so voted for this person. So voted for, like Momo got 2 votes because Momo voted for herself, and Todoroki later on reveals he voted for her. So all the votes are accounted for, except for the Invisible Girl because she wasn't there. The other thing is that when the Alliance attacks them, like formally in like the little training session with the black hole chick
At USJ?
at USJ,
Yeah.
the school, there's the warp gate guy who teleports a bunch of the students who are standing next to each other to different parts of the arena just to separate them. And
Except for the ones who are next to each other because they went to the same arenas.
Yeah. So like Midoriya, Mineta, and Sue, they're all 3 of them are standing together, so they're teleported together. Mm-hmm. And like the earphone jack girl, the lightning
Kaminari
dude,
and
and Momo, they're standing together. They got teleported together, but Invisible Chick and the guy with the tail are standing right in front of the teleporter guy, the warp gate guy. Todoroki standing way in the back. The second everyone starts getting teleported, Todoroki jumps backwards, getting further away from everybody. But the Invisible Chick claims that she was teleported with Todoroki.
And not with the tail guys.
Not with the tail guy. Which makes no sense because immediately as soon as Todoroki was teleported, he froze everything and everyone around him. Which if the girl was
around or in front?
Around everything. He froze everything.
Okay. AoE just straight up.
Just straight up AoE because he didn't know if they would be in front or in behind.
Okay.
He froze everything. He would have frozen the Invisible Chick, and he even mentions later on, like, oh shit, I could have frozen her.
Yeah.
But he would have if she was there. Because
she claimed she was.
She claimed she was. Because the tail guy was teleported by himself, and he mentions how he only got by with hit and run tactics because he was by himself. But the Invisible Girl mentions how he was by himself before he mentions to everyone that he was by himself. How the fuck does she know she was by himself? Mm-hmm. Unless she was there. Which either means she was there, she was scared, totally believable, and she just didn't want to interfere because she could easily hide. And she was a coward. Believable because she's a student, she's not ready for that. Or she had ulterior motives.
She knew the plan.
She could do the plan. The other thing is that when they go to their boot camp,
there's a future arc that's not yet in the
anime, which they're probably going to end on. I'm thinking.
Yeah, like they're probably like announce who makes it to boot camp, even though they spoiler all make it.
Yeah.
And then yeah.
But in that boot camp, they make it a point like, hey, the Alliance of Villains has attacked us multiple times. So literally, only Eraserhead, your teacher, your homeroom teacher, you 20 students, and the 4 pro heroes, the Pussycat dolls. These 4 heroes are knowing where you're gonna go, and I guess the bus driver, but they don't even mention the bus driver. It's like the buses. They don't even draw the bus driver. He's irrelevant.
Maybe he's a traitor.
Maybe
he's Ron Wilson, bus driver.
But the bus arrives in the general area and then leaves.
Yeah,
the bus doesn't even know where they're actually staying officially.
Exactly, which is far away in the woods.
Yeah, way far in the way. But so the only people that know are the 4 Pussycat dolls, the 20 students, and Eraserhead. All Might doesn't know. Fucking none of the other teachers know. The principal, nobody knows. So in one of the panels, it shows all the boys in their dorm or in like their room. They're all sleeping. They're all like falling asleep, whatever. And then that also shows the girls, and it's shown that the invisible chick is in her bed.
Like her indentation is on the bed, so you can see that she is clearly lying there.
She is clearly lying there, except she's not lying on her shoulder. She's lying on her back, but the indentation doesn't show where her arms are. So where are the hell are her arms? So people are speculating that it's not because again her quirk hasn't been explained. People are suspecting that it's not just that she turns herself invisible, or not that she turns herself invisible, that she's just naturally invisible. She can actually turn things invisible along with her. People are suspecting that in that moment, she has her hands up, turned her phone invisible, and sent out a location pin to the Villain Alliance, letting them know this is where we're at. Because right after that is when they show up. Mm-hmm. And it's weird. The final thing is that imagine, listener, you go to your local mall. What are the odds you ever run into someone you know at a big mall? I've never done it. I've never randomly.
You gotta be very specific because it could be a shitty mall, it could be a small.
A big mall that has like a Sears, a Target, Macy's, fucking Walmart, and whatever the fuck attached to it. Whatever. It's a big ass mall. A
rock concert.
Not like a tiny like strip mall. It's like a big ass massive mall, like megaplex mall with like 3 to 4 floors on it or something like that.
3 or 5 Starbuckses.
Something like that. Definitely a GameStop. How often do you just randomly run into someone you know? Mm-hmm. I've never done it. I've never just gone to my local mall and just like, oh, hey, here's that person that I know.
That's not true. I ran into you in the mall.
When?
You know there's Gears of War at Howie's Game Shack? No way, that's bullshit.
Again, you called me though.
I still ran into you. I was like,
no, you didn't run into me. You called me. Where are you at? I was like, I'm at the mall. I was like, oh, so am I. They have Gears of War at the Howie's Game Shack.
Yeah, how often do you meet each other there? I was like,
yeah, how we didn't meet randomly. You called me, asked where I was. I told you I was right where you were, and then you said, hey, let's meet up.
No, I was so shocked. Like, I don't fucking believe you. No, I'm fucking here, asshole. I don't believe you.
Again, that doesn't disprove my thought. I'm talking about like, hey, I'm just going through the mall, passing by the GameStop, passing by the Toys R Us, whatever, and then you're just coming the opposite way. It's like, oh, I didn't know you were here. That doesn't happen.
The one you should have gone with like the husband and wife who have the same Disneyland picture.
That's way out there. But
at least it's better than a fucking shopping mall. It's Disneyland.
It's a fucking shopping mall. All right, fine. Imagine Disneyland. If you go to Disneyland, what are the chances that you ever run into someone you actually know with the amount of people there, with the size of Disneyland, that you just happen to run into someone you know, unless they already know you're there or you went with them. So Midoriya happens to run into the guy with the fucking hands who decays things. Mm-hmm. Shiragaki, I think.
Sure, let's go with that.
Whatever his name is.
Hand job.
Yeah.
Hand job guy.
I like the name better.
Just randomly runs into Midoriya.
What's your supervillain name? Hand job.
That doesn't happen.
Hands of fate.
How would it happen that he just happens to be because previously he's like, I want to clear my head. I want to understand like the concept. Like now that my master is gone, he's captured. What are my plans? What should I do? He goes to clear his head. Why would he go to a mall?
Being the kind of person
he is, who hates people, doesn't want anything to do with them. Why would he go to the mall? You know who suggested that the kids go to the mall? The invisible chick.
Ah, we see right through her now.
Exactly.
I kind of want to say like the reason why he'd go to the mall was like the Stewie Griffin thing. Do her.
He doesn't give a shit about that.
Hasn't done her. Do her. Lose the pigtails and we'll talk.
But
I imagine going to Hot Topic and looking for different hands to try on.
Maybe. But it's just all these weird circumstances where the invisible girl is just related some way to the villain association. Because, like, how does he randomly meet someone in the mall? Well, Invisible Girl happens to mention, hey, let's all go to the mall at this point in time, on this day. It's just odd that he would run into Midoriya there, unless he knew he was gonna be there. And it's like, hey, fucking let's attack the kids of the village. Only the students and, like, 5 adults knew. One of them was the invisible chick, who happened to just conveniently missed out on all the fighting. Invisible chick was knocked out immediately. She had no fighting done whatsoever.
Knocked up, you say?
Knocked out.
Up.
Even at the school when they were attacked, it shows all the students doing a little bit of fighting, trying to get by. She's nowhere around.
be invisible.
Either she's hiding, or she's not participating because she's on their side. Every single time that the villains attack and the students are involved, she is conveniently not participating in any of it somehow.
I still gotta know, like, how the hell does she fight?
Exactly.
Because, like, even for, like, the school entry exam thing, it's just like, sure, the robots can probably not see her, but then again, it's fucking steel. Like, how's she gonna punch it? Or metal?
I mean, she doesn't have to punch it. Apparently, someone described it that the robots see in a specific way that they wouldn't be able to see her, so she could literally just walk up, pull the wires out of the leg joints, and then the thing can't
That's
move.
what I mean. Is like any person who's made robots to probably be destroyed probably would cover up majority of the wires.
See, you were wondering how she fights. I picture naked.
So you're saying like Wonder Woman style?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, she fights like Wonder Woman. How does one move in these? I am free.
even then though, just because her quirk is invisibility doesn't mean she doesn't know how to fight. One of the Pussycat dolls, her quirk is that she can mentally like talk to like people around her. She's still physically kicking a villain's ass, and it has nothing to do with her quirk.
Mm-hmm.
There's the guy Luminian. His quirk is just that he could pass through things like a ghost. He's still kicking ass physically. So just because your quirk is a certain way doesn't mean you can't kick ass physically.
I'm wondering like how does she use it? It's like does she have like an invisible gun that nobody sees? Or like
we don't know.
Or maybe like she's legitimately how is she fighting? We can't see her, but she's Wonder Woman the shit out of these robots.
They call her the stealth hero. So I don't know. I imagine just quick takedowns, Splinter Cell style.
I believe that. At the same time, like
without the karambit.
The one dude who just goes intangible is like, yeah, I'll fight you guys. Why is he getting undressed? Shut up and fight him. Damn.
It totally works for him though.
Yeah.
Like what happens? Yeah,
he has a move called Phantom Menace, by the way.
Does he?
Yeah. He has a move called Phantom Menace. It's ridiculous. I love it.
What happens? Yeah, he can't hear. He can't see shit. Literally, light just passes through him.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so what if he solidifies while he's underground? Oh, it just shoots him right back up. It's like that doesn't seem fair.
I mean, useful.
I for some reason
get the most of it.
To be honest, if I got that fucking quirk, I'd do Street Shark style, just like go under the street and just start fucking with people.
Yeah, that would be the best thing, right?
It wastes my stamina like hell, but like it scares the shit out of people.
No, it doesn't really. That doesn't really take up too much of his stamina. Not anymore, anyway. He trained to do it for like long periods of time.
Yeah,
but like you agree, like the Street Shark style, just like fucking with people would be good.
He kind of does do that at one point, and I feel like you should really see that for yourself.
Yeah.
Where he's running, then all of a sudden it's just his head coming out of the ground.
No, it's just his head and like little bits of his shoulders, his hand popping up.
Yeah, it's great.
So stupid.
He's awesome.
I don't know. He's like a Danny Phantom ripoff.
I can't wait to see him animated.
For some reason,
we'll see him. Unfortunately, I think that'll be the start of like season 3 where they're introduced to the big three.
I have no doubt it's not going to happen in season 2. I'm just saying I want to see it eventually.
Oh, yeah.
Like along the lines of like I don't know, season 4 or 5.
I don't know. His ability with like All for One, he would have been like the strongest motherfucker there.
Yeah, but he would have lost his All for One quirk. Spoiler.
I thought it gets like honed into it, everything.
No, he gets shot with a quirk destroying bullet.
The only reason why he doesn't phase through it is because if he did phase through it, the bullet would hit the girl.
Yeah, which again,
screw her.
I don't think he knows that it's just I don't think he knows it's not a real bullet. Because if he knew it was a real bullet, he would absolutely take it himself. Because he's a hero, sacrifice himself before the civilian. If he knows it's not an actual bullet, that it's potentially a quirk erasing thing, why wouldn't he just let her take the hit? Because if she's the source of it, you just used your own quirk destroying bullet to destroy the source of this quirk destroying bullet. Mm-hmm. You literally can't get any more.
Well, either one, he didn't know, which is probably true.
True.
Or he doesn't. He wants to fulfill what he said earlier to her, which was...
You're not going to feel any more pain, ever
again. He's going to be your hero. And he was. And in that moment, he was my hero too.
Yeah. He was my hero. Academia.
Let's end this podcast.
Alright. This is Smokey, and he is...
Dojira.
And he is...
Rubber Ducky.
Laters.
Peace out.